Hello, I'm Kemlyn Brazda, and this is a redo of the Open Studio event that I held on the 4th of October 2020. What I'm going to do this afternoon is show you all how to make kind of a garden-themed collage. It's all based in acrylic paint, and actually this is something that anyone can do at home. Now, to move the camera down to take a look at the work area I have, as you can see, what I used as the print block is called a gel block or a jelly block. You can get it on Amazon.com and at most craft stores. The paint that I use is acrylic paint. Reason being is that when you go to glue pieces to the surface, if you're messy with the glue, the acrylic paint will hold up to that. And really all you do, you get some paint onto the surface, and however much, however little works for you. Really, it's kind of a trial and error thing. I usually like to put more than one paint color on the surface, just simply because I like the effect. Then what I do, I use a brayer to roll out and mix the colors. And really, I roll it out until I'm happy with the consistency and happy with the way the colors mix. Now that leaves you with really kind of a messy brayer. And the easiest way to clean it off is to just roll it out on another piece of paper. And I tell you what, keep these pieces of paper because they can be used as the basis for other artworks. For example, this aquarium scene, the background for this is just simply where I cleaned off my brayer. And this is going to end up hanging in a friend of mine's fish-themed bathroom. So now you have the gel block all ready to go. And really all you need to do is take a piece of paper. I like to use cardstock for this. Press it into the surface, pull it off, and let it dry. And really you have a printed sheet of paper that you can look at it as designing your own fabric or pretty much whatever you want it to be. I'll set that aside to dry. Still a little bit of a mess there. I wanted to show you other things you can do with that. I've got a a leaf. A lot of the things I do are nature themed. Excuse me. And sometimes nature is even a tool for me. And if you get a leaf or something that has really well-defined veins, you smear it into the paint and press that onto a piece of, onto one of the gel prints that's already dried. How you place it on there, just go until you're happy with it. This one, I'd really like this to get a little bit darker, show a little more contrast. So what I'm going to do is use a little blue paint. Just add that into what you've got. Roll it out. This doesn't have to be perfect because I'm not going to do a sheet of paper. Clean the brayer off. And then I kind of just smear it on, really. It's not an exact science. This is certainly something kids could do. Really, about the only downfall is you can make a pretty good mess. Paper towels are your friend doing this. And what you get is kind of a neat little leaf-like design. Let that dry. And then what you can do is glue other pieces of previously printed material onto that sheet. And this one, for example, I was playing with this morning, and what I was got to playing with was the idea of how would goldenrod look in one of my garden collages. So that's what this is supposed to be and will be eventually. Like I said before, a lot of this is trial and error, so I'm going to play with it. You know, it's rarely perfect the first time you do it, and that's okay. But what you do, I use a matte medium to glue the pieces on. And it's really a pretty simple process. It's kind of fun, kind of relaxing. The printing thing is something that I can do when I have a creative block, and that's a lot of fun. But as you'll see with this, the glue bleeds out around the edges. Easiest way to fix that is just dab it with a wet paper towel, and that shows you why I use acrylic paint. It's plastic. Some of the types of works I can do with this, you know, as I showed you earlier, kind of the garden theme, where I take cut pieces out of other sheets that I've printed. I also do some that are kind of quilt based. This one, for example, almost looks like a quilt pieced together. The one thing I like about this is that it, I didn't initially plan to have the little figure sitting under the tree reading, but as I was working on it, I looked at that and thought, that'd be a really cool place to read. So I kind of changed mid-design and added the figure reading. I did the same thing in this one, where I was putting the flowers on, and I decided it needed a worm, so I added a worm. Some of what I do is, I'm thinking in terms of the designs on Baltimore quilts. I really like those designs, and at times we'll kind of try and replicate what's done on that. Sometimes what I do gets almost a more stained glass look if I decide I want to outline the pieces that I put in. Worked pretty well doing that on this iris, and I've done that on some others as well. Recently, in fact this week, I did one where I outlined the pieces, and this is just, I kind of call it the road to nowhere, because, well, you don't really know where the road goes, do you? And that's just a free form. I cut out pieces that look like mountains. And I hope that this has given you a pretty good idea of some of the things you can do, how I do my process. If you have any questions or want to learn more, or you're interested in any of the pieces that you saw, please contact me, KemlynB@gmail.com. I also have a website and a blog, KemlynBrazdaArt.com. And I welcome your questions, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a terrific autumn. Oh, wait, before I forget, in the last one, my dog made a guest appearance. So once again, Dodger can make a guest appearance. And he slept through this one as well, so I am pretty happy about that. Thanks again for watching. Bye.